On Global TV News Express, federal government to secure Nigerian borders. Federal government vows to go after economic saboteurs. Presidency to ramp up food supply as federal government released 313.4 billion naira for 2023 general elections. CBN hikes BDC license fees to 2 billion naira plus. Peter Obi denies parting ways with Labour. On the international scene, African Union declares support for Palestine. And in sports, Super Falcons Cameroon battle to a goalless draw in Douala. Hello and welcome to our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television. We are live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Anthony Momodu. Vice President Kashim Shettima has emphasized the need to address the problem of poor border security in order to be able to solve the general security crisis facing the nation. Vice President Shettima, who stated this during a meeting with a delegation from the Border Communities Development Agency led by its Executive Secretary, Captain Junaid Abdullahi, at the State House Abuja, also said the role of the agency in changing the nation's security landscape. The Vice President, however, pledged the federal government's action to secure and develop Nigeria's border communities to improve the lives of residents and the security situation in the country. Shettima noted that the challenges faced by these communities, including insecurity and lack of basic amenities. He stressed the importance of border communities in national security and pledged continued support for their development needs. The Vice President acknowledged the need for residents to feel a sense of belonging as Nigerians and assured of the government's commitment to improving access to health care and other essential services for the residents of these communities. Shettima also urged the BCDA to develop a roadmap for strengthening the agency, highlighting the need for increased government funding. The presidency has said the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security is in the final stages of releasing 42,000 metric tons of assorted food items to support vulnerable populations across the country. The Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, made this disclosure in a statement in Abuja. He said the grains were bagged in 7 locations for onward distribution to the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA. According to him, after bagging, the distribution would commence immediately, adding that the first batch would be complemented by a 60,000 metric tons to be purchased by the federal government from the mega rice millers. The presidential aide said phase 2 of the dry season farming for rice, maize and cassava would commence soon across all 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. The Minister of Information and Culture, Mohammed Idris, said the government would go after economic saboteurs. This is as Idris assures Nigerians that the administration's reforms are yielding fruits. The minister disclosed this in a statement he personally signed. Mohammed Idris said since the removal of petrol subsidy, petrol importation has dropped by 50%, amounting to 1 billion liters monthly, according to data released by the National Bureau of Statistics. He also noted that crude oil production is rising steadily, increasing to an average of 1.55 million barrels per day in the fourth quarter of 2023, from 1.22 million barrels per day in the preceding quarter. The minister also harped on the monthly receipt by states from the Federal Account Allocation Committee, surging since the subsidy removal, giving government at all levels billions of naira in extra headroom to deliver the dividends of democracy to Nigerians. Mohammed Idris said it is instructive that the removal of the petrol subsidy was one policy decision that all the 3 major candidates were unanimous on in their campaign messaging. Thus, it is therefore mystifying to see people who had argued stridently for the removal now pretending to be against it. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has revealed that the federal government released 313.4 billion naira for the conduct of the 2023 general elections. The commission, in its 2023 general election report released on Friday, said out of the 355 billion naira approved for the conduct of elections, the sum of 313.4 billion naira was only released as of September 2023. According to the report, based on the key activities in the approved election project plan for the 2023 general election, INEC proposed a budget of 305 billion for the conduct of elections. The breakdown of this amount showed that the Commission asked for 159.7 billion for electoral operations, 117.3 billion for electoral technology, and 20.4 billion for electoral administrative costs. It also showed that 7.4 billion naira, representing 2.5% of the election operation technological and administrative costs, was set aside for unforeseen electoral expenses. The report stated that in line with the provisions of the 1999 Constitution, the Commission's budget proposal for the 2023 general election was submitted to the Presidency and duly transmitted to the National Assembly for approval. President Bola Tinubu led governors, members of the National Assembly, and other dignitaries to the final burial ceremony of former governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu, in Owo. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, and the governors of Ekiti, Osun, Enugu, Bayelsa, Kwara, Benue, Lagos, Anambra, Ogun, Oyo, and Delta states were also in attendance. The National Chairperson of the All Progressive Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje, chieftains of the party, and other dignitaries were also present at the burial ceremony filled with grief held at the St. Andrew's Cathedral, Owo. Tinubu said it was not a day to mourn, but a remembrance and celebration of life to God and humanity of Akeredolu, who served humanity to the best of his ability. He said Akeredolu left an indelible blueprint in the sands of history and would forever be remembered by all. Also speaking at the church service, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa appreciated all dignitaries present to pay the last respect to his late principal. Aiyedatiwa described the former principal as a great man who would be remembered for his voice on national issues like the rule of law and good governance. The Gombe State government has announced the discovery of 523 ghost workers following the implementation of the biometric verification register for civil servants in the state. Governor Inuwa Yahaya disclosed this during the induction of the newly recruited biometric supervisors in the state. Represented by his deputy Mensa Jatu, the governor stated that the biometric verification, which commenced 3 years ago, has exposed non-existent workers and saved the state approximately 1.5 billion naira. He said the state deployed 4,000 biometric machines for attendance registration across all areas, facilitating the discovery of ghost workers. Inuwa stated that the presence of ghost workers has negatively impacted social and economic development projects in the state. Mohammed Magaji, the Commissioner for Finance, noted that the state gained $4 million through its Fiscal Transparency, Accountability and Sustainability Program, marking a significant investment for the administration's commitment to improving the welfare of the people. Magaji emphasized that the funds saved from the discovery of ghost workers are redirected to payment of promotion arrears and outstanding gratuities. He assured that the government's aim is not to reduce funds, but to streamline the payroll system for efficiency. Due to the rising economic hardship across the country, the Nigerian Correctional Service lamented that present feeding rate of inmates was grossly inadequate. The inmate population, according to the latest summary on the NCOS website, is 77,602, out of which convicted inmates are 23,896 and awaiting trial inmates are 53,706. According to the 2024 budget, NCOS is to spend 24 billion 447 million 582,237 naira on the supply of catering materials and foodstuff. On December 7, 2023, the Controller General NCOS, Haliru Nababa, disclosed at a joint National Assembly Committee on Interior that the service spends 800 naira per day to feed each of the 900 dogs in the service, while just 750 naira is allocated to feed each prisoner, majority of whom are awaiting trials, at 250 naira per meal. Nababa, however, noted that the service had proposed an upward review of 3,000 naira daily feeding costs for an inmate, and the proposal had been submitted to the Minister of Interior. When the CG appealed, the Naira traded at 1,200 Naira per dollar compared to the present rate of 1,900 Naira per dollar. Responding to how the service was going around the economic situation to ensure that the welfare of inmates and staff was not impacted to give room for an uprising within the facilities, the NCOS spokesperson Omar Abubakar said the current economic situation in the world is biting harder and the service is not left out of the conundrum. The National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, says a total of 224,713,710 active voice subscribers were recorded in the fourth quarter of 2023. According to the NBS, this shows an increase of 0.96% compared to the 221,571,568 reported in the fourth quarter of 2022. This was contained in the NBS Telecom's Data Active Voice and Internet per State Porting and Tariff Information Report for fourth quarter of 2023 released in Abuja. On the quarter-on-quarter basis, the report showed that the active voice subscribers increased by 1.32% from the 21,769,883 recorded in the third quarter of 2023. Also, the report revealed that a total of 163,838,439 active internet subscribers were recorded in the fourth quarter of 2023 compared to the 154,847,901 reported in the fourth quarter of 2022. On state-by-state analysis, the report showed that Lagos State had the highest number of active voice subscribers in the fourth quarter of 2023 with 26,739,346, followed by Ogun State with 70,779 and Kano with 12,325,633. Similarly, the report said Lagos State had the highest number of active internet subscribers in the fourth quarter of 2023 with 18,927,446, followed by Ogun State with 9,570,463 and Kano with 9,031,581. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC FCT Commandant Olushola Odumosu has assured residents that vandalism of critical national assets and infrastructure in the territory will be over soon. Odumosu gave the assurance during a visit to Abuja Municipal Area Council AMAC Chairman Christopher Kalangu in Abuja. According to him, the command would sustain its war against criminal elements in the FCT, particularly vandals who are shortchanging the citizens of the dividends of democracy. He said vandalism and theft of public property such as manhole covers, street lights, traffic lights, roads, bridges and water dams would be eradicated in the FCT. The commandant said on assumption of duty, he declared war on vandals and had recorded successes in that area. He stated that what he was dedicated to keying into the NSCDC Safe School program of ensuring adequate protection of schools across the territory. He therefore sought the support of the chairman of the Corps to achieve optimum performance and effective delivery of its mandate as enshrined in its art. On his part, the AMAC chairman assured the commandant of his continuous support in ensuring the mandate of the Corps were achieved in the FCT. 18 out of 24 lawmakers in Zamfara State House of Assembly have impeached the Speaker, Honorable Bill Aminu Mukiri. The lawmakers, however, ratified Honorable Bashir Gumi as the pro tempore Speaker. Reports gathered that 18 out of the 24 members unanimously agreed to impeach the Speaker during an emergency meeting. This medium further learned that the removal of the Speaker was not may not have been unconnected with the motion moved by one of the members representing Maru constituency, Honorable Nasiru Abdullahi. The lawmakers said that the Speaker's impeachment followed the resurgence of insecurity as a result of the bandits' persistent attack on communities across the state. Reports gathered that the impeached Speaker was out of the state for some days before his ousting. According to Honorable Shamsuddin Basko, representing Talata Marafa, the lawmakers have told the new speaker that the issue of insecurity was one of the key issues to be given priority, which led to the impeachment of the former speaker. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 general elections, Peter Obi, has dismissed speculations that he was parting ways with the party. This is contained in a statement signed by the Peter Obi Media Reach. In a statement, the Labour Party candidate distanced himself from the news item on some online platform, stressing that it was the handiwork of mischief makers. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2020 general election, Peter Obi, has said he remains with the party. Former National President of the Nigerian Bar Association, MBA Olumide Apata, has emerged as the Labour Party LP governorship candidate in Edo State. Apata won the LP primary election held in Benin City, the state capital. He was declared the winner of the primary after polling the highest number of votes. Apata scored 316 votes to defeat other aspirants in a landslide victory. Monday, Okpelo, representing Edo Central at the National Assembly, has also emerged as the candidate of the All Progressive Congress APC for the 21 September governorship election in Edo State. Governor Bassey Otu of Cross River, who is the chairperson of the APC supplementary primary election, declared Okpebolo as the winner of the election in Benin City. Otu said the candidate garnered 12,433 votes to defeat 11 other aspirants in the contest. The news agency of Nigeria reports that the Governor Hope Uzodinma had on 17 February declared Dennis Idahosa, a member representing Ovia Federal Constituency, as the winner of the primaries. However, the National Working Committee of the ruling party upturned the victory and declared the election inconclusive. The committee ordered that a supplementary primary be conducted and replaced Uzodinma with Otu as chairman. Idahosa, backed by the former governor of the state, Adams Oshiomhole, who led in the first ballot with 4,483, ended the rerun with 6,541 votes. The Trade Union Congress has warned that the planned protests on February 27 and 28 being championed by the Nigerian Labour Congress may lead to anarchy. This is as the union stated that the country was too volatile and tense because of the prevailing hunger in the land. This warning was made by the Deputy President of the TUC, Dr. Tommy Etim. The organized Labour plans to embark on a two-day strike on Tuesday and Wednesday to protest the hardship currently being faced by Nigerians following the dramatic hike in the prices of goods and services due to the removal of fuel subsidy and the free fall of the naira, among others. Pockets of protests had broken out in Kano, Niger, Oyo, and Osun, among other states, with protesters urging the government to take a decisive step to bring the hardship to an end. Nigeria's annual inflation rate climbed to a near 28-year high of 29.9% in January, up from 28.9% in December, and above market forecast of 29.5%. Food prices are at an all-time high, with a bag of long grain rice hitting 77,000 naira. Several videos online have shown citizens lamenting the increase in the prices of consumer goods like toothpaste, butter, and tinned tomatoes, amongst others, and asking President Bola Tinubu to intervene. Many have also expressed their willingness to join the NLC protest to press home their demands for the change in the economic trajectory of the country. However, the TUC backed out, saying that it was not aware of the planned rally. This caused a crack in the wall of the organized labor, although the NLC has insisted that the two-day rally must be held. The TUC has stated that it will not be part of the demonstration. You're watching News Express, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When News Express returns, Nigeria's Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, confirmed that Lassa fever was responsible for the death of 3 health workers and 1 patient. The news continues shortly with details of these and more stories right after this break. Do stay with us. Welcome back from the break. This is Global Television bringing you News Express. Thank you for staying with us. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention has confirmed that Lassa fever was responsible for the death of 3 health workers and 1 patient at the 44th Nigerian Army Reference Hospital in Kaduna. The disease center said 4 of the 6 blood samples from suspected cases at the hospital sent to the Bayo University Teaching Hospital in Kano have confirmed for Lassa fever. The Director General of the NCDC, Jide Idris, disclosed this at a press briefing in Abuja, noting that 25 close contacts of all the cases are now being monitored and have been placed on prophylactic medicine, following earlier reports from the Army's medical authorities which linked the symptoms of the disease to what it described as acute viral hemorrhagic fever. The Kaduna State government ordered the immediate investigation. However, giving further details of the confirmed infection, the NCDC DG reported that Nigeria has recorded 2,621 suspected Lassa fever cases, with 476 confirmed and 84 deaths as of 18 February. Idris said the activated multi-sectoral, multidisciplinary incident management system has taken distribution of medical supplies for case management, infection prevention and control, and laboratory diagnosis in all Lassa fever treatment centers in the country. And wrapping it up, the Central Bank of Nigeria has introduced a fresh set of guidelines to keep bureau de change in check. Under the new guideline, BDCs in the Tier 1 category must have a capital requirement of 2 billion naira, while Tier 2 BDCs must have a capital requirement of 500 million naira. Tier 1 BDCs formerly were expected to cough out 15 million naira to acquire the license. These represent a 13.33% license fee hike. The CBN was forced to come up with a new set of guidelines in order to address the ongoing foreign exchange crisis in the country. The Financial Policy and Regulation Department of the CBN, headed by Haruna Mustafa, detailed what is now expected of BDCs in Nigeria. The guidelines specify that banks, government agencies, and NGOs are prohibited from having ownership of stakes in BDCs. The permissible activities of BDCs include buying and selling foreign currencies, issuing prepaid cards, and acting as cash points for money transfer operators. BDCs are not allowed to take deposit, grant loans, deal in gold, or engage in capital market activities. Regarding the sale of foreign currencies, BDCs can sell forex for purposes such as travel, medical bills, and school fees up to specified limits per customer annually. At least 75% of the sales must be conducted through electronic transfer, while the remaining 25% can be in cash. In terms of sourcing foreign currencies, BDCs can obtain forex from authorized dealers, travelers, hotels, embassies, and other sources. For large transactions exceeding $10,000, a declaration of the source is required. And that's how we call it a wrap on News Express. I am Anthony Momodu saying thank you for watching.